find the date. We'll get to that in a minute, hopefully before we miss it. King George VII, it was built in 1901, and it was to link Thomas Telford's A5, which is the trunk road there, with the road that leads to the Horseshoe Pass, or to Ruthin. The canal is just the other side of the hotel and is just not quite visible here now. Now the section of canal from Llangollen to the Horseshoe Falls, which we'll see in a minute, has to be done using horse-drawn barges. Now originally the idea was created by a White Star Line captain, and he used ex-lifeboats from the ships. Looking out to the right now, you'll see the Horseshoe Falls. Not much of a falls, it's only about 2 feet, 3 feet, but it's quite an engineering solution because there's an artificial bottom put in the river, and the height that the water level is established by that automatically tops up the canal system. So there's no pumps or anything else, it's purely done by that weir arrangement as the Horseshoe Falls. In a couple of minutes, and the reason the lights are on is we're heading for the Berwyn tunnel. 689 yards long. It's the longest tunnel on the preserved railway. Cut out of solid rock. It was done by hand. The only assistance was gunpowder and the navvy's blood and sweat. The railway generally follows the curve of the river. Now if it wasn't for the tunnel, the railway would have to follow another mile route out to your right hand side, so cutting through the hill saved a mile of trackway. As we go through the tunnel, you might see in the darkness every few hundred yards there's a little cutout in the tunnel wall. Now that's for anybody who's trapped in the tunnel, that they can refuge in the sides. Now you can see how much clearance it is. It would be a little bit scary to be trapped in this tunnel with the train coming.
Yeah, a little kid yesterday. You see all the kid getting on the station though. I can see them around. Yes, train coming.
Yeah. People don't realise the risk nowadays. So Berwyn Tunnel, we've just left Berwyn. Berwyn Hills are out to the left. Anybody follow UFOs? You heard of Berwyn's Roswell incident? 1975, I think it was. There was reports of a plane crash on the Berwyn Hills and lights in the skies. They sent search and rescue parties up and they couldn't find a thing. Now only last year the official report was released on the investigation. The official report is there was an earthquake at the same time as a meteor shower. No plane crash, not UFOs, so you can decide which story you like of that. Out to the right, or a bit further back, is a village called Row, or Row. Thank you for the correction. It's on the old Drovers Road from Anglesey. The Drovers Road stretched all the way to London, went through places like Stratford-on-Avon, went through Corwin. So this has always been an important transport route, the A5, the railway, the roads. The white light ahead you see is quite important for the driver and for the guard. Because Deeside is unmanned, it's actually a safety device to tell us that the points are properly set, because it's a passing place for when we're running multiple trains. If the driver didn't see that white light, he he'd have to stop the train, and the guard would have to get out and clip the points, because it was the only way you could be sure that it was safe to pass the train over the points. You can just see the points there now. So this we use as one of our passing places for multiple train operation. And again, if this box was open, it would be another place for transferring the token. Because we would have had a token from Goods Junction to here. That token would be needed for the train going the other way, and we would have needed a token going on towards Glenduffary. This is classed as a halt. Stop here by demand. You either tell the guard first and he agrees that the driver is going to stop, or you put your arm out in a traditional way. Now there is a phrase that goes with it, a whistle stop. Now the phrase was sort of whipped by American presidents, because you hear about them going on whistle stop tours. The original meaning, the original idea was the train would whistle as it was approaching a station, and the station staff would decide whether they had to come out and flag down the train with a red lamp or what have you. So whistle stop tour was actually a standard railway meaning until the American president sort of pirated it to mean other